I think that tendency to sort of feel like there is an us and there is a them, that what gets called in the modern lingo the othering of people with differences and disabilities can be very dangerous. There's a series of op-eds that have been in the New York Times about disability and difference, and they're being collected into a book, and I've just finished writing the introduction to that. And part of what it's about is the sense of people on the one hand wanting to define their difference and taking great pride in it, and on the other hand not wanting to be stigmatized for their difference. And it's sometimes difficult to find the balance between those two. In the course of working on this book, I spent a lot of time in inclusion classrooms. Inclusion classrooms are classrooms in which children who don't have disabilities are integrated with usually one or two children who do have disabilities. And before I did this work, I thought, well, this must be really great for the children with disabilities, because we've learned that separate is not equal in education, and these children, by virtue of being put in these contexts, are able to have a better education than they would get otherwise, to the extent that they can access it. And I spent time in those classrooms, and I came away thinking that the people who benefit the most are not, in fact, the disabled people, who I thought were slowing down the non-disabled people in a rather annoying fashion, but were instead the non-disabled people who emerge into the world less uncomfortable with difference than they might otherwise have been. And I think it's part of the same whole movement that shows the people who are in the parts of this country in which there are the smallest number of recent immigrants being the most frightened by immigration and the most angry about it, and the people who have daily interaction with immigrants saying, you know, there's a lot of beauty and a lot of goodness in this system, and we should do what we can to make a fairer world for people.
This is